Assalamu alaikum rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. I just want to chop it up with y'all for a minute. So I made a video and I was speaking about certain things that's beliefs that people have within this community. Not to bash it and not to think that I'm better. So somebody wanted to address me about a comment because here it's an extremely popular belief that if you go outside on your porch, in the grass, on the sidewalk, anywhere outside, if you got on socks or leather socks, the ground outside automatically breaks your wudu. And some of their logic is a squirrel could have peed on it, a cat could have peed there, right? Understandable. So this automatically breaks your wudu. Okay. Now, same people don't believe that you could pray with shoes on. So let's just explore this concept. And just to show you, man, how a community can be damaging. One, here, not to bash here, but they don't believe that the Eid prayer is supposed to be prayed outside. So no matter what the weather is like, beautiful sunny days, the Eid is held inside. Now the reason why I'm speaking on that is because one, everybody who knows that the Eid prayer is prayed outside, right? Unless the weather is unfavorable. One, people are going to be out there with their shoes off, in the grass, praying. So you telling me with that belief system, once they take their shoes off, now keep in mind, I'm speaking to the individuals who say you can't pray with shoes on. Once you take your shoes off to pray outside, your prayer is invalid because your wudu is automatically broken because your socks or leather socks touch the grass. Let's look at it from the aspect of the Sunnah. A famous hadith where the Rasul was praying in his shoes on outside ground, no carpeted masjid, no padding. It's dirt. The angel Jibril informed him that he had like some feces, something that was worse than dirt on his shoes. The Rasul automatically took his shoes off. So because he took his shoes off during the prayer, everybody else that was praying behind him took their shoes off also. So now their feet is touching what? The ground. They finished the prayer. Then the Rasul, when he turned to them, that he see all them got their shoes off, so he asked them, why y'all take y'all shoes off? And they told the Rasul, because you took your shoes off. And he informed them, I took my shoes off because the angel Jibril informed me that I had something a little bit worse than just dirt on my shoes. That's why I took my shoes off. But the point is, you could look at authentic hadiths, not only just the Rasul, but the companions, numerous hadiths where they was praying on ground where they didn't say our wudu is broken. So because they don't have the concept of how an Eid is supposed to go in accordance with Quran and Sunnah, and people praying outside, or if you're an individual who been overseas and you see masjids be so packed that sometimes people be lined up on the outside on the sidewalk praying what? With their shoes off. People who traveling may be in their car, may be on the highway, they might stop at a rest stop and pray in the grass. Truck drivers get up out their truck, parking lot, pray in the parking lot. So y'all saying as soon as they take their shoes off, they wudu broken? So now their prayer is not accepted? But then when you ask them, where do you get this from? And it always leads to one person. The number one numero uno in the community said it. You know what I'm saying? But they defend Batil to reject the Sunnah. Like, come on, man. The outside ground does not break wudu. Your porch doesn't break your wudu. Bathroom floors, whether they're clean or not, just the simple fact that it's a floor in a bathroom doesn't break your wudu. Another thing, so like for the ones who like to go to sleep in the ghusl or even wudu, when you make ghusl, which unfortunately, as just talking to a lot of them, the majority of people that I talk to, they don't make ghusl. They take a regular shower and call it ghusl. You know, it's neither here nor there, but they'll defend that. So when you make ghusl and you want to go and lay down and you want to go to sleep in the ghusl, as soon as you step out the shower onto your bathroom floor, ain't your ghusl broken? According to y'all logic? Like, come on, man, we all come up with this stuff, man. They defend Batil. And another thing, like this is another thing the same individual tell them that y'all gotta listen, y'all gotta imagine this. 5 Muslims live in a house. Husband, wife, 3 kids. Everybody sitting down on the couch watching TV. If one of those people get up and go in the kitchen to get a drink, they have to say Assalamu alaikum when they get up, go in the kitchen, and everybody have to salam them back. Then when they come back from the kitchen with the water, they have to salam each other again. Then another one may get up and go to the bathroom or to a different room. When they get up, Assalamu alaikum, go to a different room for a minute to get something. Then when they come back, everybody got to salam each other again. And they saying this is Islam. That's Batil. When we be in a masjid, and you know, because these is things that I refuse to do with them, it has kind of slowed down, but it's like numero uno said, whenever, you know, some old penitentiary stuff, man, whenever somebody get up to leave the room, they have to salam each other, and then when they come back, they have to salam each other. So of course, what's the deal for that? Oh, well, there's a hadith, and when you a hadith reader, even if you're not doing them with a teacher, if you just read numerous hadith, you're gonna be familiar with the wording. In English, you might not know the Arabic, but you're gonna be familiar with at least the wording. So you can always tell when somebody's talking to you about a hadith, whether they read it with their own eyes or whether somebody told it to them. Because it's just like a type of story where, one second, that's my alarm real quick, that ain't the guns. So, because it's just like a story where somebody didn't see something and somebody tell them something, the information is usually twisted or it has their twist on it. Not like you paraphrasing a long hadith and you just bringing it down to the general terms. So they say there's a hadith where 2 companions, it don't say the Rasul, it don't say the Rasul did this, or whether it's an athar or if it's a hadith for the Rasul, 2 companions was going around this huge mountain. One went this way, the other one went the other way. But the mountain's so big, it might take them an hour before they meet around the other side. So when they re-met, they salamed each other. So due to this individual tells this community, whenever you in a masjid and they salamed each other, because they didn't know if they was going to see each other again, they just going their own separate ways. Then when they come around on the other end, they happen to see each other again, so they salamed each other. So due to them being told about this, what they're considering to be a hadith, that means anytime you around some Muslims in the masjid and y'all sitting down talking or reading a book, or you sitting there having a dinner, when you get up from the table, you got to salam everybody there. Everybody got to salam you back. Then you go to the restroom, or you may go outside to your car. You go to the restroom or go to a different room in the masjid. You may have to go talk to your wife or something, or one of your kids. Then when you come right back, just like this, like literally, another Muslim sitting right next to me right there. Let me give y'all a visual. Another Muslim sitting right next to me at this table right here. And I had to get up for a second. They saying this is from the deen. I had to do like this. Assalamu alaikum. They salam me back. Then I come over here and grab this book off the table. Then when I come back right here, we gotta go. Assalamu alaikum. Wa alaikum salam again. Every single time. Because somebody done distorted something they heard that they didn't read themselves. Now, let's say you in the city and you traveling, and let's say you just happen to stop at the gas station. You see one of the guys or one of the sisters see one of the sisters. Assalamu alaikum, sister. Assalamu alaikum, ma. Boom, boom, boom. Chop it up for a minute. We at the gas station. Then you leave, and an hour later you see them at the grocery store. Should you salam them again? Yes. This is how this should be more looked at, as opposed to when you in a house and other Muslims, or you in a masjid. And now keep in mind, everybody was doing it in this masjid, and it was a lot of little Batil that was going on. So I'm not doing it. This was a little while ago. They told me I was supposed to do it. I'm not finna salam y'all a million times like that, man, because this is Batil, because y'all saying it's from the religion. Once you say it's from the religion, that it has to be done, now you done created a Bidah. Can you show where it's from the Quran? Can you show where the Rasul did this, or seen people do it and didn't say nothing about it, or he instructed the people to do it? Can you see where the companions did this? If you can't find that anywhere, can you at least find where this is an opinion of a scholar? Can you find at least one person of him where this is their opinion from the past, even the present? Once you find that, then come talk to me about it. Not sitting up talking about the numero uno dude in the community who's sitting up telling y'all outside breaks wudu if you have on socks or leather socks. And I'm saying this because experience. I had on some leather socks, and we was in the masjid, and somebody had pulled up outside that hadn't seen me in a long time, and I went outside for a split second. I just stepped foot out the door. Man, you just broke your wudu. And I had on some leather socks. I'm like, what? Yeah, man, numero uno said this, and this. So this is my experience. So back to them doing this in the masjid, and everybody, when they get up, salam alaikum, go to another room, alaikum salam, everybody salam each other back, right? So one of the brothers had just got a new home, and I went to his home to take him some gifts, you know what I'm saying? He had a couple of books somebody had gave him. That one Tabliki book that they be having, $5 Aylo, I can't think of the name of it, but it got like some misconceptions about Allah and where Allah is and different things in the book. So he wanted me to come talk to him about the book. So when I come over there, he get up and go in the kitchen because he's cooking. But this is an apartment, so the kitchen is not really like a separate room, really. So he get up and go in the kitchen. He get up, assalamu alaikum. Then he go in the kitchen. Then he come right back. Like, man, what is we keep salaming each other for? So then he go to the bathroom, and then he do the exact same thing. So I get up and go to the bathroom, come back, man, I mean, why you ain't salam? And you're supposed to salam every time you get up and all this other stuff. So I'm sitting up saying, man, where did y'all get that from? I know that y'all always do it in the masjid. We over your house, like, where you get this from? Well, numero uno said there's a hadith where two companions was going around the mountain. So they was doing other stuff because it had got brought up where it was a particular individual who felt like all hadiths is superstition. So due to me and this brother having this conversation at his new apartment, of course he went and said something to the other brother. So when I come to the masjid, of course, another one of the brothers want to bring it up and say, that when you at the mat, like you go to the mall together, and if it's a pole, wallahi, if it's a pole and y'all walking together and y'all go around the other side of the pole, first y'all have to salam each other, then salam each other as soon as y'all split the pole. The same concept, which is Batil. So he bringing it up, trying to tell me that I really was supposed to keep salaming this brother every time we leave the room, and talk about numero uno said that. Now the other brother who next to me, who already think all hadiths is superstition, and he said, man, that sounds like that superstitious stuff where two people split a pole and they gonna have bad luck. And then this brother goes on this side of me say, yeah, that's why you gotta salam each other, so you don't have bad luck. That's why, like, when one of us get up and go to a different room, that's similar to splitting the pole. So that's why we salam each other when we get up and when we come back, because what numero uno in the community told us that the reason why they did that with the mountain was because they were splitting the mountain like splitting the pole. Wallahi, these is true stories. And then the brother who next to me already think hadiths is superstition because he's from the War of Deen community. He said, see, that's why I don't like hadiths. He was like, man, that stuff sounds like superstition to me. And I'm telling him that this is some crap that they done made up. They added the superstition to it because, one, they've never read this for themselves. Two, this is something that somebody told this dude in prison, and now he come telling it to y'all because y'all look up to him. And now individuals defending this type of batil. One, outside doesn't break wudu. Now, yes, if you go outside and step, and you got some socks on, some leather socks on, and you step in some animal feces and you in wudu, now that's a different story. That's a different story. But if there's no animal feces and this and that, then, because you pray Eid outside. The Rasul and them prayed outside. Was their wudu broke once their feet touched the ground? Like, come on, man. We gotta quit being so naive, man. And this stuff, shout out to the brother, because for one, that didn't make sense to him. He was able to see the superstition in it because he had a grandmother who was real superstitious, and she had all these big books about superstition. So as a kid, he hated growing up listening to superstition, and I knew him because his older brother was my best friend, and his older brother really used to be on that. Like, he'll say something, or y'all say something at the same time, he'll take a salt shaker and sprinkle the salt on his back, or like if we was going somewhere and somebody split a pole, he would literally grab the person and make them walk back around the pole. Or like it had to be an even number, like if it's 4 of us and 2 on this side and 2 on that side, it's not split. But if it's 3 on this side and 1 walk around it, so he grew up hating superstition. So shout out to him for able to recognize that what they doing, they done added superstition to the hadiths. And sometimes, man, like when you dealing with a community that 90% of what they're talking about is made up stuff like that, then when they hear the truth, they reject it. And then it's an argument, just like right now, something is said to me because you had to go show me Quran, Sunnah, understanding of the companions, that outside ground breaks your wudu. You got to show that to me. I don't care about what numero uno in the community said. I done had conversations with numero uno on it alone. It's like, man, hey, I ain't gonna knock what you got going on, man, but don't come at me with that, bro. Because we gonna have an argument every time. When you come to me to address me about something that I'm doing, bring me some dalil first. Because I'm gonna have it. Come at me. Don't just come at me talking about something you heard while you was in prison for 17 years. Not saying you can't learn nothing in prison, but bring me the hawk first. Let's start at the hawk and then build our way up, and then we can come to an understanding. But the rest of this stuff y'all talking, man, I'm not finna, that I don't, just because me and another brother sitting in this room and we might be listening to a lecture, or we in a masjid and one of us going to the kitchen to get a snack, or go outside, or go, you know what I'm saying, not even leaving, just run to their car for a second, that we got to keep salaming each other and getting up so that there's no superstition that's going to kick in, like we splitting a pole because of something y'all twisting about. Some companions went on the other side of the mountain and they split the mountain, so they had to salam each other, then salamed each other when they seen each other again. Like, come on, man, we got to stop being naive, man. And we not talking about little kids, man. We talking about 40, 50, 30, 60-year-old people, man, with this belief system. And because they don't read, we ain't even gonna say study, because they don't read. And the only time they look into something is to argue. And then, for one, they not gonna have the books. So what they gonna do? They gonna go straight to Google, not taking into account there's Shiite websites, there's Sufi websites, there's Tabliki websites, there's Salafi websites, there's Sunni websites, there's CIA websites. There's a plethora of information, but you're not gonna know where it come from, and you're not gonna know if it's real or not. You just want to see any piece of an article that agrees with you and not know who even put it on there. Because let me tell you something, when you go to these things and you find something in English, do y'all think scholars is sitting around putting stuff on the internet? Now, like Islamic Q&A, Sheikh Munajid website, which students usually go to a lot of Q&As and ruling books, and they post that stuff. So these stuff do be coming from real Q&As. That's one thing. You see what I'm saying? But like just regular articles and people coming talking about all this Sufi stuff, but they just looking at something so that they can win an argument. Then when somebody busts out 10, 15 hadiths, and then these companions seen it this way, these scholars from the past, Ibn Taymiyyah, Ibn Qayyim, they seen it this way. Then the next scholars, Bin Baz, Fawzan, Uthaymin, and all these numerous amount of scholars, they all said this way. Oh, well then they wrong, but this article is right. Who wrote the article? Did the CIA put that up there? Did like the same dude who made up all them fake books, Harun Yahya, who wanted to corrupt Islam, so he wrote all these books, The Spectacles of Death and all this, and then they ended up catching him. And for some main reason, all these books was in the penitentiaries. Cats in the penitentiary for years studying The Spectacle of Death instead of the Quran. And it was a fake person pretending to be Muslim writing books, had a whole series of books corrupting Islam, and ended up getting caught. He was actually a huge heroin dealer. And I'm not going to speak of his nationality, but it was due to his nationality that he wanted to corrupt Islam. So he wrote all these books. I think that was his name, Harun Yahya or something. And me, I came to one of the brothers' crib. He brought his books home, so he had like 4 or 5 books behind, and they was all kept talking about the spectacles of death. I opened that book up, I looked in it and read half a page and said, man, y'all reading this? This where y'all getting y'all deen from? But long story short, man, y'all got to be careful, man. If you out there saying a bathroom floor automatically breaks your wudu, whether it's clean or dirty, or the ground outside, or if you in the house with your family, and somebody go to the kitchen, they got a salam when they stand up, leave and come back and salam again, so that nobody get bad luck or a curse and all this old crazy stuff, man. Like, go find some real dalil, man. Put your nose in a book and find that stuff, man. Go find it in Bukhari hadiths. Go look at tafsirs. Find the Quran ayat that is attached to it and read the tafsirs. Then go look at all the hadiths on it. Don't just be believing stuff, man. Like another issue where it's not permissible while you eating. You can't drink any of your water until you done eating. Something about some type of spirits, some type of real twist on it. But when Ramadan comes, most people, they break their fast. A lot of them do an odd number of dates, right? Which they twisting something from the Eid, but I won't get into that. But they'll do an odd number of dates, right? 1, 2, 3. Drink some water, right? Then some will go pray Maghrib, and then they'll come out and eat. But according to what they saying, you can only eat the couple of dates, pray, then eat your meal, and then once you get done eating your meal, then you could drink some water. Like, where do y'all get this from? And wallahi, I'm not making this stuff up. This is real stuff. People really have these real beliefs, and then when you say something to them about real Islam without a twist, let's not even put no twist on it. Quran, English, Arabic says this. Tafsirs, 3 different, 4 different, 5 books of tafsirs explain it this way. And see, one thing about the beauty of Ibn Kathir, it's going to give you all the principles. It's going to have Quran ayats, and then it's going to take other Quran ayats to explain it for the ones who say the Quran explains the Quran. Without, some people twist that and try to say you shouldn't listen to no tafsirs or nothing. Just the Quran explains the Quran. You don't need no hadiths. That's a Batil view. But Tafsir Ibn Kathir is going to use other Quran ayats to explain the Quran ayats. Then it's going to also use, not every last one, but some. Then it's also going to use hadiths that's in tune with the Quran ayat. This is what was going on when this Quran ayat come down. Then it's going to also have statements from the Salaf. Ibn Abbas, Ibn Umar, Ibn Maqsood, they said this ayat mean this. And then Hudayfa, Abu Bakr, Umar, and may Allah be pleased with all of them, they said that the ayat meant this. So it's going to give you the Quran explaining the Quran, is going to give you the hadiths, and then it's going to give you statements from the Salaf. So let's look at all that first. Not putting our own twist on it. Let's just look at it for what they said, how they looked at it. Then let's go to the hadiths that's attached to it, because it might use one hadith, and then you go to that section of hadiths, and it might be 30 hadiths on that one particular subject. Now let's read all 30 of those hadiths. Not adding any twist to them. Let's just look at the words that's in it, Arabic and English, and let's just leave it alone just for the sake of this first. Then we could turn to fiqh and see, okay, this is something that wasn't clear, so they added a ruling and this and that, and this one, this Shafi, this Hanbali, this is Hanafi, Maliki. Then we can go to all of that. Then we can look at the scholars, like, let's at least do that. Not you telling me something, you heard somebody say something that ain't read nothing and ain't studied nothing. That's if the opinion of a scholar, is not dalil for something that come from the Quran and Sunnah, why is your opinion dalil? At least the opinion of the scholar going to come from something they looked at. And then when you look, you will see some of the scholars, that's why they have differences of opinion. All of them don't have the same opinion on this particular thing. So you have to look at the evidence they looked at to come up with why they formed their opinion. But their individual opinion is not dalil. That's why you have ijma, consensus. Right? Forms of qiyas. That's a different thing. But if the opinion of a scholar is not dalil, why this batil you talking about dalil for? And you ain't even got nothing to back it up other than, oh, when I was in prison, the sheikh of the unit told it to me. Man, get out of here, man. But assalamu alaikum rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, man. Inshallah, everybody have a beautiful, blessed day. I need to get on up out of here and go to work, man. Look at these videos, man. I look like I done put a pound or two on. But anyway, man, assalamu alaikum rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.